Do you want to know the difference between structure and cover? We're going to talk about that.
Welcome back to another episode of 5 Minute Fish Talk.
That coffee's finished. It was delicious. There's 5 minutes on this time of year, and you know what that means. Boop! It's time to get real. First and foremost, I would like to thank Fitz Yakin. He reached out to me on Instagram and he was like, "Hey buddy, can you talk about structure versus cover?" And I was like, "Hey buddy, absolutely I can." So today we are talking about structure versus cover. I know for a lot of us that may seem very, very simple because we already know what it is. But if you were to think back about when you first were getting into fishing, at least this is the case for me, I definitely got the two mixed up. Now, understanding the definitions of this kind of stuff can actually help you become a better fisherman solely because a lot of us rely on each other to get better at fishing. And when someone's explaining to you where to go and target some fish, you'll be better educated so that way you can really understand what they're saying and then you can go catch more fish. So, first and foremost, I would like to point out the fact that structure and cover are both very important. I'm not going to say they're equally important because for some species they may be more important than others. But structure and cover for any species that you target, very important. So let's talk about structure. Structure, first and foremost, is really with regards to the topographical layout of a lake or a river or a stream or whatever. So let's say you have a lake and you have this big main lake point and then you have a river channel over here. The main lake point maybe is going from 5 feet all the way down to 10 feet. But then where the river channel comes in, it's 40 feet. So you have this big drop off. That would be one example of structure. The other things would be islands and humps and, any kind of points and that sort of thing. There's multiple examples. Those are some of the most popular ones for bass fishermen. Main lake points during the summer, big channel swing drop-offs during the winter. The list goes on. But that's really what structure is. So what is cover? Well, cover is really anything else that falls in the water that gives fish a place to, kind of put themselves. So like brush piles, trees, docks, vegetation, that sort of thing. So it's not necessarily what the lake layout is, it's what is in the lake. I hope that makes sense. I don't think that I'm going to go 5 minutes today, but I do have one more incredibly important point. What is the sweet spot for fishermen? The sweet spot is when you have structure paired with cover. I'm not going to say that that always catches fish, but in a lot of cases, if you have one piece of structure, like here's a big main lake point, and then here's a big main lake point that actually has like 4 brush piles on the end, this one's going to hold more fish. It's probably going to hold the bigger fish. Or at least in my experience, that is definitely the case. So anyways, like I said, this is not a super in-depth topic, so I'm not going to go any longer. I do have one more thing to say though. Thank you so very much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.